What's up, pranksters? Welcome back. Well, I've been going through a lot of my comments, and one of the main requests that I've been getting, besides the face reveal, besides me doing more giveaways, was for me to show you guys more ways on how to sneak food into class. If you guys recall, a few months ago, I did a video where I showed you guys ways that you guys can sneak food into class, and to this date, that is one of my most popular videos that I put out. So I will follow up on that video and show you guys 5 more ways to sneak food into class. So I have some snacks here and some candy that you guys will be able to sneak into class using school supplies. So if you guys are ready for that, please hit the thumbs up button now and check it out. Alright guys, and just as a disclaimer, I do not want you guys getting into trouble. This is for entertainment purposes, but at the same time, I don't want you guys being hungry in class, because you cannot learn anything on an empty stomach. Believe me guys, I've been hungry in class and I did not learn a thing. So I want you guys to learn, but you can't learn on an empty stomach, like I said. So I'm going to show you ways on how to sneak food into class. Hopefully you guys don't get caught. I don't want you guys getting caught. I don't want you guys getting in trouble. But I do guys want you to eat. So let's get started guys. Here are some of the supplies we'll be using in this video. For example, I got some crayons, glue sticks, a spiral notebook, and a calculator right here, and then a sports bottle, which is empty right now, but I'll show you guys how to use that in a bit. So for our first hack, we'll be using a box of crayons like this one. Now you can use any type of crayons, but I like this box in particular because not only does it have a lot of crayons, but if you look inside, guys, I've already opened it. If you look inside, it's separated in 2 sections with 2 smaller boxes inside. And that is perfect because we're only gonna tamper with one of them. For our first step, guys, we're gonna open up the box from the bottom. And as I mentioned, the crayons are separated in 2 sections. I don't know why or how, but it just happens to be like that. So I'm not gonna complain because that is perfect for what we're trying to do. So I'm gonna take out the first box of crayons, this one right here, and our purpose here is to make a room inside this crayon box right here so that we can put food inside. So these crayons, guys, we're gonna trim a bit and then we're gonna put them back inside this box, which will also be trimmed, and we're gonna put back inside the big box. As far as the box that goes inside, we're gonna trim about half of it off. So I'm gonna use my blade right here and I'm just gonna begin cutting it. Alright guys, so here we have our little box now. And since the box got smaller, the crayons have to be smaller, so we're gonna trim them off. We're gonna cut off the tips and we're gonna put them inside so it looks like a regular crayon box. So unfortunately guys, for you guys that don't like being wasteful, we're gonna have to trim off the tips like I said. But don't worry, as far as me though, I went to the store and I got this for 99 cents. So it's not that big of a loss. And I'll still have the other box in there intact. So all those crayons I'll still be able to use except for these ones, but that's okay. If you want to sneak food into class, you're gonna have to sacrifice a few things, and crayons is one of them. So I'm gonna begin by trimming off the tips of these crayons like that. And we have our first tip right here, which like I said, we're gonna put back into this little box like this right here. Gonna make it look as normal as possible. So let's do that to all the crayons. And as I go, I'm gonna be putting the tips inside the little box until it's all filled up. Actually, cutting them with scissors is way easier than using a blade. So if you guys are going to be using a blade, always use caution or ask an adult for help. All right, I think we decapitated every single crayon that we have, and now we're going to continue putting in the crayon tips inside this little box. And there we have it guys, a box filled with crayons. Here's a big crayon box, and I'm gonna put the little one inside, but I'm gonna use tape so that it stays on there so it doesn't go all the way to the bottom, because the bottom is where our secret compartment is gonna be, and that's where we're gonna be hiding our food. So our crayon box on top will look like this, but little will your teacher know that inside this box will contain a few snacks for you to munch on while in class. This is what our crayon box looks like from the top. Now if we open up the bottom, let's see what it looks like. As you guys can see, there's the first crayon box, but if you look on the other side, there's a big enough space that you guys can put food inside, such as candy or any kind of chips. And for me, I thought it would be perfect to put in some Takis. I don't know if you guys know of these chips, but they are pretty good. If you don't have any of these chips in your area, you can use Hot Cheetos because those are more popular. And these are delicious, guys. I love these chips. So we're gonna put our first chip in there and then put some more in there. So here are our chips. I tucked them in very well, and they're short enough that I'm able to close up the box like this. And now I'll be able to keep them handy next time I'm hungry in class. And don't worry, guys, because these crayons are non-toxic, so you won't be tainting your chips when you put them inside. Besides, you already got those white boxes inside, keeping your chips from touching the crayons, so you're good to go, guys. Next time you're in class and you're hungry, pull out your crayons and then just lay them on top of your desk like this. Your teacher won't think anything of them because they're crayons, they're school supplies. They're meant to be in class. So you have the top part facing your teacher and the bottom facing you. All you gotta do is open up the bottom like this. And as you guys can see, you have your crayons on one side and your little snacks on the other. So I got my chips ready, and easily I'll be able to munch on them. So if you sense your teacher is coming, just close up the box like this. And if somebody asks you to borrow a crayon, you flip them over like this. You open up your crayon box, take out a crayon, let your classmate borrow it, and then close up your crayon box again. And keep doing what you're doing. And you can still continue munching on your little chips that you have down there. Just like that. It's a cool way to hide snacks in class. Let's say your first class in the morning is math class, but you were in such a rush that you forgot to eat breakfast. But you do have your breakfast with you, you just can't eat it in class because your teacher is strict and he or she won't allow you to eat this. So here's a way that you guys can hide some food in class using a calculator. And I've used this method before. So this also works when you're trying to hide your phone in class. So you're gonna take a regular calculator that still has its cover, and notice that the calculator slides into the cover like this. As you guys can see, it's easy for it to slide in. Well, we're gonna use that to our advantage. So we're gonna unscrew every single screw that's on the calculator so that we open up the back, because we're gonna hide our breakfast in between the calculator and its cover. And here we are. This is what the inside of the calculator looks like. It's no big deal, right? You're gonna put this on top of the cover like this, and in between you'll be able to sneak in your food. But remember to clean up the inside of the back cover very good. That way your food won't get dirty. So I have my breakfast right here, and I chose these because they are very flat. They're like graham crackers in a way. They're very flat, and I'm able to put them inside. For example, I'm gonna put one in there, put my calculator on top like this. Now I'm gonna get a piece of tape, and you guys can either put this piece of clear tape on the edge or on the top of the calculator. But I'm gonna put this on the edge so it's able to stay connected with the back cover like this. And I'll do the same with the other side. So if your teacher sees your calculator and asks you why do you have tape on your calculator, you just tell them that it's broken, you know? You can easily lie about the tape. Now, you have your little cracker in there. So you can be in math class and you pretend like you're actually doing some work with your calculator. Well, look at this. You can easily slide out your little biscuit or your little cracker like this. Break it off a bit and eat it in small portions. And if your teacher gets near, all you gotta do is this, and the cracker will slide inside. No big deal, right? And you can use your pinky to keep it from falling out like this. And again, if your teacher's not looking, you know, you just break off a piece. Little by little, you can be eating in class, and your teacher will not be able to spot a thing until it's all gone. See, just slide it in. You don't necessarily have to use a cracker. You can use anything that'll fit in there, like a Pop-Tart. A Pop-Tart will fit in there just perfect. So the fatter and thicker your calculator is, the better, because you'll be able to store more food inside. This next hack is a very clever hack, and you'll be able to sneak in some candy into class, and you'll be able to enjoy this candy while in class, while learning, while your teacher's giving her lecture. For this hack, you'll need a push pop. These are very popular, at least here where I live. You can find these at any candy stand, especially when you're about to check out at Walmart, which is where I got this one. You're also gonna need a glue stick like this one. Now, this hack doesn't require much, but you will have to damage this glue stick, but I'll show you that in a bit. So first thing we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna open up the push pop. And to do that, all you gotta do is remove the wrapper that's on there, and you'll easily be able to open it. So we removed the top wrapper, we also got to get rid of the bottom one. And that should be easy as well. Just like that. So now we have the container in a solid blue color. This is what the Push Pop looks like, guys. You open it up and you have a big stick of candy that's inside. And this is retractable. And there's like a little spring on the bottom and it pushes up the candy. This candy is really good, by the way, guys. We have some wrapper that's wrapped around the candy to protect it, to keep it fresh. Well, anyway, guys, we're gonna put the candy back inside by pushing in the cap, just like that. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take our glue stick and we're gonna peel off the sticker. This sticker that's on here, which says glue stick, that's all we need to be able to pass this off as a glue stick. So carefully, try not to damage, peel off the sticker. And that shouldn't be too hard. As for our next step, we're gonna have to remove the cap. We won't be using this. We're gonna take the glue stick sticker and wrap it around the Push Pop like this. It might come off wrinkly, but that's okay. Your teacher might not notice it though. So it's starting to look like a glue stick, but not yet. We're gonna have to cut off the bottom off the glue stick. I have a knife here handy, and like I said, guys, be careful when handling sharp objects. So we're gonna cut this off. It won't be that hard. See, it popped off. Here it is, and we're gonna super glue this on the bottom of the Push Pop like this. And we're also gonna take the cap from the glue stick, but you gotta wash this very thoroughly. Make sure it's super clean because this is gonna be touching your candy. Now, guys, we're gonna put this on the Push Pop. And just like that, guys, we have ourselves a glue stick. Just by looking at these two glue sticks, you can't really tell that there's anything different about them, right? Unless you look very carefully, you'll obviously see the wrinkles on this one compared to the actual glue stick. This is the glue stick, and if you open it up, of course, you're gonna have your glue in there. And then we have this one, which is the Push Pop one. So if your teacher happens to see this on your desk, you know, they can't really think anything of it. The wrinkles won't give it away. But throughout class, throughout your teacher's lecture, you can open this up and lick it or do whatever it is that you do with your candy. And if your teacher is nearby, all you guys do is put the cap back on, and just like that, you'll be able to hide the candy and your teacher won't notice a thing. Now, if you like this idea and you think you're gonna try it out, give this video a thumbs up and let's move on to our next hack. Our next hack is very simple, guys, but you will need a spiral notebook like this one. And the bigger the spiral is, the better. So for example, I got a big spiral notebook right here. It's got lots and lots of pages, so that is perfect, guys. So let's say you're in class and you happen to have some food in your pocket, but if you keep reaching into your pocket, your teacher might get suspicious. So this is what you're gonna do, guys. You're gonna open up your notebook like this. Now you're gonna take a page, and with some tape, hopefully you have some tape handy. You don't really need it, but it does help to pull this off even easier. I got some clear tape right here, and I'm just gonna put this right there, guys. Right there, so the page doesn't fold all the way and the little holes don't go all the way to the bottom like these ones, so they'll stay put. As you guys can see, the page covers the spiral because the spiral was see-through in a way. We'll do the same to the other side. So at this point, your notebook should look like this, right? Nothing fishy about it. You'll still be able to write on the page, but if you look inside, you got a big space that you guys can put something inside that you guys can be eating while in class. I have some beef jerky right here that would fit in perfect. All you just gotta do is push it up. Just like that, guys, and you can be eating. Obviously, you gotta open it, but you guys can be taking little chunks off of this beef jerky stick until it's all gone. Now, you don't necessarily have to use beef jerky. There are many things you guys can stick in there. For example, some Twizzlers you guys can put inside like that and be eating it as you're doing your work. Because look, guys, if you didn't have the page covering the spiral, obviously you'll be able to see your food inside. But if it's covered, like I just showed you, then no, you guys can't see anything. Your teacher won't be able to see anything, and you'll be able to get away with this. My last video, I showed you guys how to sneak drinks into class using a glue bottle. And what I learned from the comments that you guys left me was that some teachers actually do allow you to have a water bottle on your desk. And the thing about that also is that some teachers allow you to have one of these sports bottles. This is a solid color, it's not see-through, so some of you are able to sneak in soda, juice, or any type of drink besides water, because as far as I know, some teachers only allow for water to be in class. Well, some of you are sneaky and you guys fill this up with soda or punch or anything sweet. Well, that's what we're gonna do, guys, but we're also gonna add a twist to it. So for this hack, you're gonna need a solid colored water bottle like this one. This is a Powerade sports bottle. And yes, guys, you're gonna have to sacrifice this bottle. Fortunately, I got this for $2, so I don't mind, and it'll serve a good purpose. So here's what we're gonna do first. Take a blade, again, with the help of an adult. If you're young, you're gonna cut the bottom, but you won't cut it off completely. It'll be like a C cut or like a U cut, but you wanna cut along the bottom. So again, be very, very careful, guys. And your cut doesn't have to be perfect, but try to make it as round and circular as possible. Alright, so sort of like a C. And now we're able to pull this out and we have ourselves a little flap. Make sure to bend it a few times so that it's flexible, like this. So now you're able to put this on your desk. And of course, right now you can't lay it flat because it'll fall down, because of the flap that's pushing it up. But if you add some weight on it, this will be like the perfect way to sneak food in class. So we're gonna open it up, guys. So you guys can see it's got a bunch of space that you guys can store some food inside. So my choice of snacks will be these Oreo Thins. And I chose these because they're very thin. Of course, you can put any type of snack in there that'll fit, such as these cookies right here. But I'm gonna stick with these Oreos. So I'm gonna get myself a little stack, you know, depending on how much you guys eat. You guys could put as much as you can fit inside the bottle. But remember that you guys gotta leave a little space because we're gonna fill this up with your favorite drink. So I got a stack right here. Maybe I'll just get a little bit more. Yeah, like this. I'm gonna put them inside. So this is what it should look like. We have our snacks right there. But we're not done yet. We're gonna put some liquid inside so your teacher won't be able to suspect that there's some cookies underneath our drink. And I forgot to mention this, that you guys gotta prep this at home. Of course you can't be doing this in school because your teacher will know. You're gonna get a piece of plastic wrap, which hopefully you have in your kitchen. Your mom keeps it handy, hopefully. Get yourself a big piece, like this. And then we're gonna push it inside our bottle. So the larger your plastic wrap is, the better. That way you guys can push it in even further down and you'll be able to fill it up with your drink. I want to get as much in as possible. All right, I guess that'll do, guys, for this example. And since I'm already breaking the rules, instead of putting water in there, I'm gonna put some Pepsi, which is my favorite drink. So I'm gonna take my Pepsi and I'm gonna start pouring it in. But as I do that, notice that I'm holding on to the plastic wrap so it doesn't cave in. Once you filled it up to capacity, you're gonna twist the top on like this, and that'll keep the plastic wrap from falling down. And now you're able to take your blade or whatever you have to cut, and you're gonna remove the excess plastic that sticks out. And here's your water bottle. Well, of course it doesn't have water inside. It's got soda on top and a few snacks on the bottom, which are cookies in this case. Okay, now you're in class. You got your notebook here, your pencil, you're taking notes, and you got your sports bottle next to you. Of course, from your teacher's point of view, they can't really tell if there's anything fishy about that. A lot of kids, after recess or after gym class, they have their bottle there handy because they gotta rehydrate themselves. So if you start getting hungry, all you do is you tilt the bottle like this and you have your cookies. So you pick up the bottle just a little and you'll be able to slide out a cookie, which you guys can eat really quickly. And let's say you want to wash down that cookie with some soda. Well, you hold the bottom up with your pinky. That way the cookies won't fall down, and that way your teacher won't be able to see a thing, and you just drink. And then you put it back down. And then you repeat the process as you go. If you can start getting hungry again, you lift up the bottle just a little, slide out a cookie, eat it, and again, you're gonna drink some soda. As you guys can see, the soda is right there. You know, I'm not really faking this. There's actual soda right there. And there you guys have it. 5 ways that you guys will be able to sneak food, snacks, or candy into class. Hopefully you guys don't get caught. I don't want you guys getting in trouble, like I said. I'm just trying to help, so please don't think I'm a bad influence. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, please turn on your notifications. If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button now, because I will have more giveaways in the coming months. Also, if you guys want to learn more ways on how to sneak food into class, check out the other video I did a few months ago. Link is in the description or up here. thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Can you guys tell the difference? Obviously you wouldn't be able to tell unless you already knew beforehand. And then yeah, save it in class. Obviously don't need it right away. This will be like a backup. Once it's filled up, you know, the bottle looks a bit darker, but that's okay. They probably think it's a new kind of glue. So just screw the nozzle back on. And there you have it. You have yourself some Powerade for class. Here's the example. You're in class. Again, you're super hungry. You skip breakfast again, like usual. So during class, unclip it. Then you slide the pencil holder the other direction, like this. You don't have to reveal the whole hot pocket, but just enough. And then you pick at it. You know, you eat it little by little.